Good morning, YouTube. It's a great, fabulous day in Texas today. I woke up early feeling all kinds of energy this morning after such a wonderful night, clear skies and beautiful stars all night long. And woke up this morning the same way. Nice, clear sky. And got out and run, watched the sun come up. The sun come up just marvelously right off. And it's already like 60 degrees when the sun come up. Just marvelous temperature out. And the birds just singing up a storm everywhere, roses coming out, flowers coming out everywhere, and it's just unbelievable. We don't have those cloudy, stormy nights or everything like sometimes you have, and it's just been a marvelous spring so far, just a great and marvelous spring, and we've got some rain earlier, but we do need to get a little bit more rain, but it's been fairly good, and it's been a nice productive spring, and it's just marvelous temperature. I mean, the temperature all this spring and all, even in January, February, all of it was just marvelous temperature. Nice warm afternoons and all, good for exercising and getting things done. And so I just feel just wonderful about how everything has gone, and I've just so enjoyed all of the YouTube programming and all the wonderful things so many people have to say. Thousands and thousands of great channels and good teaching, and especially this one that I listen to every morning, Tanya Love Show. She just continues to come out with more wonderful and more wonderful teaching, and just stays on top of the all of the marvelous energy and the things that Infinite Mind is telling her and telling us. About how great things are, and it's just it makes you realize what a wonderful life this is, what a wonderful world this is, a wonderful country we live in. All of it is just marvelous, and people around the world are great. All of the people around the world are great, and they're all moving upward in their consciousness and all becoming more loving and realizing more of the love that is going to make this a world that is just going to flourish more and more. And I'm just excited about all the ways that it's going to begin to flourish. A way communication is taking off. People are getting together from all countries and learning each other's languages and getting along and building wonderful things and creating great businesses, investing in great real estate. Letting their abundance just grow globally. It's just a marvelous thing, and I am just so appreciative of all the abundance that is coming and is all around us, and all the wonderful energy that is flowing through me. And so I just will have to calm my energy down a little bit because I've got a nice breakfast here waiting. I've got nice pancakes and eggs and all kinds of things, different cereals and all. I'm gonna just really enjoy that this morning after a nice run and after a nice time out in the nice cool air and the marvelous things I saw out there and the wildlife and all. And it's just going to be a marvelous, great breakfast. And then I'm going to have a cup of a Colombian roast, the best kind of coffee, Colombian, and the best way to fix it in these little brew cups so that you don't lose any of the flavor. None of the flavor escapes into the air and goes right directly into your cup. It's sealed, completely sealed. Oh goodness, just like what we are in the love of God and in the joy that is flowing through us. It just we're sealed with all kinds of great energy. We got lots of that in this cup, just sealed in here. All the flavor is sealed in here, and you just take it and put it in. It just immediately goes into your cup. You put it here and just pop it in here and down in this thing here. And boy, when the water hits it, I mean, it's already in your cup before any of the flavor escapes. It's just a marvelous thing. And you've got this little old press called Presto Maggio, very inexpensive and very small and just real light, weighs less than a pound. You can just it fits right in. You just fits right down in the desk drawer and just can be just pulled out at any time and have a fresh brewed cup of coffee. And you can keep a couple of these little brew cups in your desk drawer and you're ready to go anytime. pour a little hot water across that thing, and it got a little vacuum seal here, and just pumps it right through. And so I'm going to before I miss any more Tanya Love and all her wonderful things, she looks like she's really ready to go and got a lot of marvelous things to say. And she's going to be talking about this morning about what a feeling. And boy, I ain't really get into that. I mean, I know she knows what a feeling, and she's going to really bring it out. And so we're going to get the feeling this morning, and I'm going to let her rip this morning and listen to that a while and see if I can get a little bit more thrilled and exciting. She always manages to do it. As exciting and full of energy and thrilled as I am, she manages to raise it another notch every time. And so I just get a kick out of her. She's just marvelous. And I'll let her go now this morning, see what she has to say.
Once I started to change my focal point to, you know what? I am just going to get back into my vibe and being abundant. Like, I love how it feels when I got a field class, when there's every single mat is taken and everyone's having a good time. They're changing their minds. I'm feeling like I have a fulfilling part in their life, and they're also supporting my goals and dreams as a healer, and this is how I manifest my abundance. So we're going to co-create together. I started to get back into that feeling of having beautiful, loving, and generous souls around me. And I started to shift it, not just to have a full class, but to have humans there that actually had honor for me, that actually had respect and reverence, and that were generous, that wanted to give to me as much as they also wanted to receive from me. So it's more like this electrical circuit, or that infinity symbol, where there's a giving and a receiving flowing back and forth. I realized that was really important for me. So it would, I've had in the past where I could have a workshop and there's people there that are just wanting to take from me. They want to take what they can, and then they're out. And I started to realize that's not really what I want. And yes, I did fill up that workshop, and that was awesome. But we start to get more and more focused on what it is we really want to create as creators. And for me, it was a lot more about the human connection and about that feeling of love and support that was, going back and forth. It was benefiting the whole, including myself. And that's a big part of, I feel like, what we're healing with our self-love shift that we're all moving through with this ascension, is coming to a place of self-love. We are really starting to look at how everything is affecting myself. Like, as individuals, if you're creating things and it feels terrible and you don't really feel like you're seen or honored, you might even hit your goals and you'll be getting money, but are you feeling the highest fulfillment that is possible with that creation? And so this is where we're evolving. So for me, I started to really vibe that feeling of people who love working with Tanya Love, not the ones that are just like tolerating me, like, oh yeah, she's interesting sometimes, but let me heckle her a little bit. And I don't know. I don't really know if I agree with what she says. And so we could start to attract that energy. But as I was putting out the vibe of drawing into my field, loving, honoring humans who really want the tools that I have, they're ready, they're open, they're receptive, and they're also generous, supportive, and gracious, and they're grateful, that feels much better. So as I was holding that frequency for a while, and not even that long, I would say consciously I was doing that every day for about 4 or 5 days, and everything started to shift. I started to attract all these new healing clients. They're coming to sessions. They're so excited. They're like paying me cash over the amount I asked, like more than even my asking rate. Where before it's people are like, oh, your rates are kind of high. I don't know. Like, they're penny pinching me. They're trying to make me feel guilty. That's what I was attracting. But this was all coming from what I felt I deserved. So if I felt I kind of deserved people to do that to me, or, people are the old belief system in my head saying, you should just give it all away, Tanya. You work for Source. You work for angels. Like, I've had people say that to me. Shouldn't you just do this for free? And I'm just like, what? Like, this is my gift from Source God. Just like Michael Jordan's gift is basketball. He wasn't playing that damn game for free. And so we got to start getting into that place where we realize we might have some old belief systems. And if those belief systems are kind of looping in our consciousness, we'll start attracting people in who will say that and project that to us so that we can clear it. They're going to come in to trigger us so that we will clear it from our energy field, and then we break free. We go into a higher expansive experience. So with that, when I started to focus on the feeling of having these experiences that I wanted and that I loved as if they were here now. I love that feeling. I love that vibe. I love when they come in and show this. I love when I'm helping them and they are so grateful. I love when I can manifest, and I would be very specific sometimes. I'd be like, I just love the feeling of manifesting $555 in one day. That feels really good. Like, I love that feeling of being empowered. I love that feeling of being a high-paid light worker, like being well paid. I love that feeling. And boom, I was manifesting those goals, hitting those financial goals. People were coming to me. They were just finding me. Again, the synchronicity of the universe. All of a sudden, I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm connecting with that exact human that's like, yesterday at the expo, this woman that was in, listening to me speak, I could feel her and I connecting during the talk because Spirit just has a way of kind of guiding me towards different humans. And we make deeper eye contact. And afterwards, she met me in the hallway and we talked for probably another hour. And she was just like, she goes, when I came in, it was accidental. She didn't know anything about me speaking that day. She was just walking through and saw it on the board as they were leaving. And she was like, as soon as she connected with me, she was like, oh my God, I have been looking for you. I have been looking for you. You are my mentor. And I'm like, awesome, because I have been waiting for you too.
Oh,
and so
marvelous.
What's so fun and magical is that when we're in that right vibration, the people who actually really want to work with us, no matter what it is we're doing. For me, I'm a healer. I want to do public speaking events and writing a book. And these are my goals. These are what excite me. Leading retreats for women. But for each of you listening, maybe it's, I just want my automotive shop to just be successful. I want happy customers. I want everything to run efficiently. I want employees that just treat me with respect and they have integrity. For others, it could be, I want to have my own pet walking business. I mean, it doesn't matter what the thing is that we're manifesting. It's that you focus on being in the feeling of having whatever you're wanting in your life right now. No longer waiting for the future, that some future date you could have it maybe if you're worthy. You already are worthy. Like, you are each worthy right now. But you have to do the clearing work, which is why my soul's here. If you invest in that and you do some work towards clearing your energy field of all the things that are disrupting you, all the things that are holding you back, that are pinching you off, and you sometimes might need a helper, you might need a guide or a mentor to help you with that. When you do that work, it's going to actually clear out all that distraction so that then you can tune in and get your vibe right. You can start feeling what you want and be one with it instead of focusing so much on what you don't like and vibing that, which is going to continue to create that feeling of lack and separation. So from my perspective, this is like the most important work that we can do. If we want to be powerful creators and we want to enjoy what we're creating, we need to be conscious. And if we need help getting there, we need to honor that and stop procrastinating it, stop making excuses for it, and stop playing small, stop being victims. You can say you guys like that, but I know you don't. I know deep down it sucks, and it never feels good when we're playing a victim. But the feeling, when we get into that feeling of being in our power, that feeling of empowerment, that feeling of expansion, that feeling of being honored, seen, and loved and supported, that feels good. Like, if you just, while I'm talking, just close your eyes and get into that feeling. Like, maybe today you're in a relationship where you're treated like a total doormat. Maybe nobody in your family or your circle of friends shows you honor or respect. That's your reality right now. And that's coming from your past thinking and your past vibes. But right now, you have an opportunity to shift that, take your power back, and get your vibration right. And you have the opportunity, like my life, to completely magically transform it in a way that you love, that has nothing to do with people around you. It has everything to do with what you feel about you and what you're focused on feeling every day when you're in creation, when you're in conscious creation meditation. So whether we're meditating consciously or whether we're just unconsciously thinking all day, knowing right now that you are creating. So be mindful of what you're creating. And if you don't like your life, if there's any part of your life you're not liking, you're not enjoying it, then you've got to come in and you've got to get into the feeling of a new experience. What would it feel like to live in that bigger, nicer house? What would it feel like to have that nicer boyfriend or girlfriend that actually treats you with honor and respect? What would it feel like to manifest